I said your zodiac sign. Put it in the chat, guys. Okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else. It's only you at the end of the day.
What is up, guys? OMG. Welcome to anybody that is new here. We are streaming in multiple places right now. So let me just make sure that we're all good on YouTube. I'm seeing people in the chat here. I'm going to put the chat on the screen. So that's a good sign. Yeah, guys. So today is going to be a big day for us because we are streaming on 3 places right now. Okay, girl. We are streaming on Twitch. We are streaming on YouTube. And we're streaming on TikTok, which I have never done before. And I'm seeing some people are joining. So what's up? What's up, TikTok people? That is so wild. Like, I didn't even know that I could do this on TikTok. Here, let me see. What do I look like on there? Like, is it hot dog or hamburger? Yeah, I can't even see. I mean, oop, not y'all trying to make me post a picture, child. But yeah, shout out to all of my TikTok people. Make sure you guys say hello in the chat. Hi. What is up, everybody? Oh my gosh, this is just so overwhelming and so crazy. Like, everybody is here. I feel like I'm finally seeing everybody everywhere all at once, child. So, if you are new here, this is the Tribe Tea segment. You guys are the tribe, and this is your tea. Basically, you guys send me in stories, screenshots, anything that you want to get some further outside perspective on, or if you just want to share a story to let people know like what you've been through and so that people can learn from it. So yeah, guys. Oh my gosh, that's just so cool that we are all here in one space, because usually I will clip this stream and I'll try to post on TikTok, but it don't be hitting. And I've wanted to be on TikTok live for some time, so it's just really cool to be here everywhere. Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube all at once. Just makes it a lot easier. Shout out to Shayla on TikTok. I can see everything now. I can see everything. So make sure all of my my YouTube and Twitch people, we got to show them how we do it up in here. So yeah, yes, we can watch the lives on TikTok now. Shout out to Small Feet, Big Heat. You are a day one A1 supporter. I really appreciate you, bruh. You my fave. Okay, so here, let's get into the stories, because today we are going to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different entries. I want to send a big thank you to you guys, because I was asking for more story entries and you guys delivered. I'm so happy about that. Y'all really came through. Oh, and y'all already know I'm about to be talking about Tyler Perry on the podcast. Yes, I also do a podcast on Friday with all the pop culture stuff. So, yeah, it's just really nice. Here, let me make sure just one more what's it called? One more test before I start. Are we live on YouTube? I did get a notification. I just want to make sure everybody's in here. This is my first time doing this. Okay. This is my first time being a tech girly. Shout out to Nyala. Shout out to all the mods. Here. I did get a notification, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Oh, and happy birthday to all my Geminis out there. Happy Gemini season. Okay. We're live on the tube. Bet. Okay. I can see it. All right. I just want to make sure everybody can get their fix, because we don't want any lag. We don't want any lagging. We don't want any of that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see everything now. Okay. So the first story that we're going to read has tons of receipts. So if y'all didn't know, we also, okay, bet everything's good. We have receipts on here. We welcome receipts. As long as you censor those receipts, we will post it. We've had videos on here. We've had all types of stuff. So here, let me get the receipts pulled up. This is so cool. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be like geeking about how like cool this is for a good little minute. I'm so sorry. I just love that this works out, girl. So The first story we have is called Traveling with Friends with a sad emoji. Then we have The Situationship from Hell. Our third story is From Best Friend to Confusion. Girl. The fourth is My Father is a Creep and I'm thinking about letting our relationship I think you meant teeter out. Peter out? Is peter out a phrase, girl? Okay. Right after Father's Day, too. That's some tea. And then the last one is called Tribe Tea. He yelled at me in public. Absolutely not. Lower your fucking voice. Ooh, let me stop cussing. So, lower your voice when you're talking to a girl, when you're talking to a woman. Come correct. You are a man. Don't raise your voice at anybody. Like, what is wrong with you? No, absolutely not. Yeah, let's get into this first one because I want to get into the receipts. The first one is a little long too, which is right up my alley for today. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video. We're on story number 1. Make sure if you're on TikTok, you tap in the screen. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you're liking the video. We're gonna start with traveling with friends. And keep in mind, there is an age limit for my streams when it comes to entries. We like to keep it grown over here. I used to do this when I was a little younger, and I used to let some things slide. But we like to keep it grown. So please, college stories and up, you know, for all my new people. And, yeah. Traveling with friends. They said, I wrote this a while ago and never sent it in. I kind of consolidated it because it was getting so long. So feel free to ask any questions and stuff. I watch every Tribe Tea that comes out. Well, thank you so much. And they said they would appreciate everyone's advice. So please listen up, y'all. They need the advice, okay? For some context, I didn't add that y'all. Okay, another, like, please proofread y'all stuff because I cannot. I didn't add that it might help is that neither of us are in school and she was unemployed for a while and recently got a job like maybe a few weeks before this trip. Already a red flag. In my opinion, if you want to go on a trip, right, I'm going to need you to already have a job and take off of that job or hold off on getting the job so that you can go and have your fun and then come back and be on grind mode. I mean, girl, what are we doing right now? Like, why are we, Oh, and no, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. There's so many chats at once. I'm gonna read this and then I'll come in for any type of questions y'all got. But that's the vibe I'm getting. So, hey, Naja and Tribe. What's up, girl? I watched your channel for a while, but a few years ago, I rediscovered you. Yay. That's like my favorite thing when people be like, girl, I found you. Yes, come back. I rediscovered your channel because of Tribe Teas. I'm a 20-year-old Gemini sun, moon, and rising. Shout out to all of my Geminis. Happy Gemini season. Make sure you guys put your zodiac sign in the chat. So the friend that I'm talking about is a Capricorn. Shout out to all of my Capricorns as well. So I work at the airport and I get the free standby benefits. Yes. If I want to bring someone that's not on my profile already, there is a system of buddy passes that we know about them buddy passes, girl. We know about them. I can give the buddy pass to anybody usually, but you do have to pay the taxes and fees, but it's way more discounted than it would be for a regular customer, right? I've always wanted to go to Chicago, Chi-Town, okay. And before that, I hadn't taken advantage of my travel benefits for the leisure trip, more so family-oriented stuff. So I wanted to go somewhere fun and bring a friend with me. The friend that I brought, we had been friends for about 1.5 years. She seemed very down to go and she has traveled before, but I also knew she's a very anxious person and was very skeptical about the concept of a standby. I assured her it would be fine and she agreed. I had 3 days off from work, so we left after my shift one day, stayed for 1 full day, and then left the afternoon of the next day. The first day we were there, we landed at like 4 p.m., went to the Airbnb, And then we went to a little indie show and it was super fun. Okay, so far it sounds like everything is Gucci. Like, how, I don't understand where the conflict comes in. The place we stayed at was a hostel situation, girl, in Chicago. Y'all was at the hostel in Chicago? I thought hostels were like a European thing. They got hostels in Chicago? In case you can't tell, girl, I'm concerned. Like, I wouldn't, as girls, as ladies, I don't think I would be comfortable or feel comfortable. I don't know, girl. You said a hostel in Chicago. She better not be talking about the place I'm thinking of. Look, all my Chi-Town girlies, maybe y'all know. Somebody says, yeah, they have them all over. It's just somebody renting out their oh, okay, I get it. So it could just be somebody that, you know, maybe they own a spare room above their restaurant or like something like that. And they'll be like, hey, if you got like $50, you could stay here. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So yeah, I guess they could be anywhere. Would I do that in a big city though? I would feel more comfortable going to like a hostel if I was like in a rural area or maybe like a small, like a little Colorado, a little, you know, like a little nature-y town. The city though, I don't know. You said they were in a hostel situation, but it was their own room with a keypad. That makes me feel more safe for y'all because that keypad is okay. Other people were staying there, and the kitchen, living room, and bathrooms are all common areas. When we go back and we're getting ready for bed, she's like, actually, I'm going to stay out on the couch for a bit. I thought she was going to come back into the room, but I woke up and she ended up sleeping on the couch, no blanket, no nothing. Okay, girl. While she was sleeping, I went to the grocery store nearby, came back, woke her up, and showered. But when I came back into the room and started getting dressed and yapping about all the stuff I wanted to do, I heard sniffling like she was holding back tears. I asked her what's wrong, and she was just saying she just feels homesick and she wants to go home. I wasn't sure what to do at that point because I was in the middle of getting ready. And I could put her on a flight back that day, but I know the anxiety she gets, and I didn't know if sending her to the airport by herself would make the situation worse. Also, how the standby list works is if she traveled without me, she would be lower on the list. It was just a lot to hear because I brought her here thinking we were going to have fun, and now it's the morning after we arrive, and she wants to leave. I will admit that I didn't know what to say, so I was mostly silent for a while. I was asked what she wanted to do, and she told me she didn't want to hurt my vibe or mess the vibe up, and we could still go out. Girl, what do you mean we could still go out? You just said you wanted to go home. I thought you said you wanted to go home, girl. In hindsight, I'm not sure what I would do differently, but that just sounds like a terrible idea based on what ended up happening. It was just difficult because being homesick must have felt terrible, but I didn't know how to make her feel better. So I just chose to believe that she was okay with staying here and going out and went on with the day. All right, let's do a little break. Like the chat is saying, I do get she has anxiety. She's anxious, right? That's the thing. This is so much easier said than done because I used to have anxiety too, and traveler's anxiety out of nowhere. And I've been flying on planes since I was a kid, and then randomly in my early 20s, I just got really sick from traveling. Like, it was just really weird. You have to have a certain mindset with anxiety. You have to, like, what I used to do was, okay, I just landed in this area. I'm only going to be here for 3 days. I need to last 2 nights, right? And it sucks because looking back on that time in my life, like, I wasn't really living in the moment and enjoying those trips because I know your friend is really just thinking the whole time, like, okay, what? Now what? Now what are we doing? Okay, now what? Now when do we leave? Then when do we do that? You get what I mean? I probably wouldn't have went on a flight with this person. I probably would have done something local, you know, or maybe like a road trip type of deal, to just meet her where she's at. And I would have went on a solo trip. I would have just went by myself, you know, cause bruh, it's like, damn, what? I don't know what it's. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Here, let me see what y'all got to say. You talking about, girl, the vibe is ruined already. Child. You said she checked her bank account and the tears just started flowing. No. Shout out to Terrell for the donation, and shout out to all of you guys on TikTok giving me flowers and stuff. I really appreciate it. Terrell says, I love all Aquarius. I don't know what to do when someone is crying. Oh, I love Aquarius too. That's one of my little favorite signs. That's my moon sign, actually. Aquarius people are very dope. Yeah, I don't mind the emotionally closed offness at all. I think y'all are a vibe. But yeah, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the donation. Y'all said, girl, if y'all don't go outside and find some eggplant and some tree, look, I really feel like I wish I knew how old you guys were too. Because I feel like when you are in your early 20s and you do start traveling without your family and without your, and you're on your own for real, like, it can get a little overwhelming because now you are in charge. Like, you're in charge of your safety, the itinerary. Like, it can be a little bit overwhelming and nerve inducing. So I don't want to minimize her feelings. However, I do get your frustrations too, because it's like, girl, like, I'm pulling strings to even get us here. And like, come on now. So we ended up getting some breakfast at a diner she picked and headed to our first destination. It's this vintage shop that only sells plus size clothes. I'd been following this shop since high school, and as a fashion girly who hates shopping, I was so excited to go. But the whole ride, she was like, is this our stop? Is this our stop? I don't know if the vibes were off or what. Bruh, this is tiring, bro. Like, I'm already tired trying to keep up with old girl emotions. Like, this is tiring. We supposed to be having fun. And then y'all, I think it's also because y'all aren't even that close. You said you only known her for a year and a half. And post-COVID, knowing somebody for a year and a half means you might have only met up like 4 times in that time. Like, I don't know. Y'all talk about it's giving Hutta from Love Island. I don't think baby crashing out that hard, but I don't know. Oh man. Once we got to the thrift, it was just the vibes were off because she started being on and off the phone with her dad, and she was trying to buy a ticket home. So she's dead. So like, she just wants to leave. She doesn't like this. How far are y'all from Chicago? Because it's really like nothing you could do. I had a anxiety attack when I went to California, really like a panic attack now that I know the difference, because it was the first time that I had been somewhere like so far from home, because I'm born on the East Coast, even though I live in the state I was not born in. Going to a different like terrain, especially by yourself, like, it could be nerve inducing. Like, I do feel for old girl, but it's like, I feel for you too, because it's like, damn, like, I really am gonna have to baby you right now. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure you get to the airport. I'm gonna have to make sure like you get your money back for the days that you're not here. Like, it's just giving like, this is something that seemed like a good idea because of social media and how social media tries to push young girls to solo travel and just like to do all this traveling while you're young and able-bodied, and like, yeah, bro. I don't know. I feel both sides. I feel both sides. Some people in the chat talking about Chicago vibe is just off too. Like, child, I want to go to Chicago. Shit. So she on the phone with her daddy, child. I just left her alone to figure out what she wants to do, but I don't know. I just really didn't know what to do to help her. Like, at the moment, it felt selfish trying to enjoy being there. But she wasn't very responsive when I spoke to her. So what could I do? Like, I truly and deeply understand that she was homesick, but something about it was she was just so stuck on leaving rather than being in the moment. Yep, that's anxiety for you. She was asking me questions about her ticket and why the website wasn't working. And I guess she tried to buy a ticket, but the transaction was pending. Like, there's a glitch. Now she don't got no money. Oh my gosh. At one point, she got so frustrated, she's sitting on these people's floor crying, unresponsive. Oh my God. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. Someone in the chat says she should have talked to her. I feel like she should have pulled her friend aside and was like, look, we're about to get on a plane and we're about to be hours away from home. Are you sure you're in the right mental space to do this? Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I guarantee you, because anxiety is the devil, bro. I guarantee you after the trip was over and she went home, she regrets leaving. Like, you get what I mean? It's like, damn, I really missed out on an experience. I really let my fears and anxiety bitch me out of an experience. Shout out to my girl Sienna in the chat. Thank you so much for the donation, and thank you guys on TikTok for the roses. Sienna said, I try to respect everyone's anxiety, but after a while, you gonna start making me anxious. And we not about to be friends after the trip once that happens. No, I am with you 100%. Like, you gonna get my nerves worked up. I am the same way. Like, I will be cool as a cucumber. As soon as you start tripping, I'm about to start freaking out. But yeah, I would still be friends with them. I just would not invite them to events like that. Like, I'm a firm believer in having different pockets of friends for different occasions. Like, you could have your turn up friends. You could have your mom friends. You could have your sober friends. You could have your fashion, Instagram type friends, your bookworm, homebody friends. Like, that's cool. I will meet you where you're at. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. That's my fault, bruh. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, for those of you guys asking where the Tribe T rules are, there should be a link in the bio. If not, I might need to make new rules. I make new rules like maybe once every 2 years, once every year or so. But I'm gonna make sure it's linked in this video once this goes up and the live is over. I am gonna be saving this live, so if you guys want to run it back, you can. But yeah, you over here crying on the floor? Get up. If you don't stand up with your grown ass. I opened the dressing room door and she stood up and walked over. I asked her what happened and she told me she couldn't leave, so she would have to stay. Like, girl, are you about to be in Chicago for a month? You about to be in Chicago for 4 weeks? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're literally about to be there for a weekend. Like, please chill out. And then, like, when you do a weekend trip, you're literally only there for 1 full day for real. And then the other 2 are travel days. It's like, just chill, friend. I still don't know whether I'm in the wrong for thinking this, but her saying I have to stay just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, you couldn't, like, I don't know, power through the weekend? Because now I feel like I just dragged you here. Like, we could have talked it out, I guess. But she was so dead set on not being there anymore, so I just stopped trying to talk about it. When we left the store, she's going to ask me, did I ruin your trip? See, bitch, now you about to make me mad. Now I don't know. Now you about to make me mad. Did you ruin my trip? Bitch, is water wet? Like, come on now. Don't ask. Now you asking these dumb ass questions and I'm about to turn up on you. Like, because what do you mean? It's one thing to be in your emotions. You got anxiety and all this shit, right? And you're internalizing, you're being introspective. Like, you get what I'm saying? You're showing signs of awareness, bitch. Like, you're pissing me off. Talking about something. Am I ruining your trip? Maybe. She said, how am I supposed to answer to that? I think once she realized she wasn't going to be able to leave, her mood shifted to being more okay with being there. But now I'm mad because, damn, why do you want to leave so freaking bad? No, for real. We still end up doing a lot that day. We went to the river walk. We saw the bean. We went to this museum and we went to a record shop. We tried a deep dish. It was all fun. Girl, that sounds like a good trip. This is right up my alley. It sounds like y'all you could have had a good time. The day kind of wrapped up early to get back to the B&B hostel thing, and we just went to bed. The next morning, we got packed and everything went in our luggage then we went to this breakfast place. And while we're eating, she was like, yeah, yesterday was crazy. I feel like I get in my own way. And when I have something in my head, that's just what I have to do. And I tried to relate by talking about the time I went to her house for the first time. Girl, you're messy. Like, yeah, girl, you know how you was scared in Chicago? I had that same pitter-patter when I went to your house for the first time, bitch. Like, your family give me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, wow. Wow. She lives in a small town and it's very residential. And I live in a big city and it's basically a town, but it's just big enough to be called a city, if that makes sense. It's right next to a train that connects us to a bigger city where I work and spend most of my time. But something about her house and how small the town is and how suburban, it just makes me uncomfortable, girl. After that, we walked to this park to skate. It was the side of the road with a dilapidated basketball court. And I think her house kind of triggered me, like us being alone and everything. It was just very overwhelming. No, I feel you, bro. Like, if you're not used to being around certain terrains, it can make you feel, I don't remember what the actual term is, but when it makes you feel small and like you realize how small you are compared to everything, it'll like freak you out. She's not used to being in big cities, and I'm not used to small towns, but the analogy kind of went over her head, I think. Yeah, because, friend, I'm not going to hold you. When I first heard you say that, it was giving your family gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I would have took it that way, too. Oh, gosh. People in the chat saying, I don't think they need to be friends. Maybe not. I don't know. See, now that I'm older, I don't think like everything is cut off worthy. Like the same way how you would want to work out a relationship with your little dusty ass man or your cheating ass girl or your little unfaithful they them non-binary. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like we owe other relationships the same grace in life. So I wouldn't completely cut old girl off. I would just place her somewhere different and then let her show me how she's willing to show up. You get what I mean? But no, she did make it seem like she had roaches in the cereal, bitch. She was like, that's how I feel when I be at your house. Oh my gosh. After that, we went to the library to kill time while waiting for the flight. It was beautiful. Definitely go to the Harold Washington Library if you're in that area. Note taken. It was 9 floors. Oh my gosh, that does sound really cool. She didn't want to walk around, so she watched our bags. While I was walking around and collecting my thoughts because I knew I had to bring it up to her. Fast forward, we get to the airport and we had to go to the gate to check our bags. Being the last on the plane, my bag was taking a while to come up, so she left to go to the bathroom. I finally got my bag and I was walking to go to the bathroom and she texted me that she was waiting at the bus stop. We go to the airport and we had to go to the gate to check our bags. Why are you at the bus stop? I just told her, I'll be out in a second. I just stopped to go to the bathroom. She's telling me the shuttle that takes you to the train station is coming, so she's going to get on. Girl, what are you doing? You can't even get on the plane without me. Mind you, the shuttle comes like every 10 minutes, and the train the shuttle brings you to doesn't come that often. And I checked the train schedule. We were going to miss the next one regardless. And the shop that we went to, the clothes I bought are in her bag. She was just going to leave me by myself and take my stuff. I was so upset. I ended up taking the next shuttle and meeting her up at the station, and we sat in silence for an hour and sat in separate seats on the way home. Friend, man, look. It's given y'all are having a real deal spat. Like, traveling with your friends is not for the weak. And I blame social media for pushing this propaganda of like when you're 21, you and your bestie need to have passports and be in Tokyo and shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I commend anybody as a young person, especially as an American, to have a passport and to leave the domestic mainland. Like, tons of props to you. But I feel like social media pushes this narrative. Like, traveling, you're either, there's like, you know how they be like type A, type B personalities? You're either a cool, chill ass traveler or you're a stressed ass, anxious traveler, right? There is no in between, unfortunately. You're either the itinerary girly or you're the sleeping pill and neck pillow girly. There is no in between. So that traveling will show you traveling and living together will show you who people really are. Because at the end of the day, that's sharing big financial responsibility. Like, no. Mello says, ever since that incident in Mexico with that girl happened with those friends, I be feeling with friend trips. The sad thing is that is so common. Like, my first thought when I was reading your comment was, which girl in Mexico? It happens a lot. These people go on these trips, get plastered. The alcohol don't even be real. Don't get me started on the DR with their fake alcohol. I think Vietnam has, or Laos, I think it's Laos has a reputation for having fake alcohol too. And a lot of people die, and like people try to cover it up. It's just, it's dark. It's dark. There's a reason why you should always hit up your family, you know, when you on a flight. Be like, hey, I landed, I'm here, I'm there. Like, cause, or just any type of trusted, yes, fake alcohol. Yup. And it'll get you, and you can die. Like, girl, I don't know what they cutting it with. They cutting it with something. Yes, Shanquila. That was her name. And make sure you guys are liking the live because we're about to get into these screenshots in a second. So the aftermath of this trip is that we texted on and off for a few months, and then she confronted me about being distant. And I'll attach to the email, but I really wasn't satisfied with that, and our friendship fizzled out. Okay, so let's get to these text messages here. Did I even make my screen big? Okay. She's talking about, what you got going on today? Nothing really, but I kind of want to talk to you about something. Oh, yeah, for sure. What's on your mind? I really understand that you get anxious and we're having a hard time, and I wasn't really sure how to bring up how I felt without seeming like I'm making it about me. Girl, quiet as it's kept, your friend was making it about her, so I don't really see like why you would. That's just some Gemini shit, girl. Like, fuck them feelings for 2 seconds, because she did not care how you was feeling in that moment. Outside the thrift store, when you asked me if you ruined my trip, like, I don't really know how I was supposed to respond to that, and it just made me feel like I had to sugarcoat how I really felt to not make you upset. You didn't ruin the trip, but like the whole trip felt like I was dragging you around because you didn't want to be there. And I'm fine with doing things by myself, but I don't know. I would have rather if you have been like engaged in being there. Ooh, girl, you wrote her a book. Like, what is going on, friend? You could have had a phone call. I'm fine with doing things by myself, but I don't know. I would have rather you been like engaged with being there, but at the same time, I know that's just the reaction you had to the situation. I'm not sure if you were upset with me or more stressed about the situation, and I know you wanted to go home, but I didn't appreciate you leaving me at the airport. No, that is against girl code. You're really not supposed to be leaving your girls at the shuttle, nothing. Like, you come together, you leave together. Even if I wasn't helping clean the plane, they never got my bag. I still had to wait for my bag, and you left me. Like, even if you didn't have my stuff, you were never going to catch the train. And I could have told you that because I literally take the bus every day for work, and I feel like you could have waited. And sorry for not bringing it up sooner. I didn't want to overwhelm you. Oh, Lord. But I think it would be counterproductive to not talk about it. I was having trouble like articulating it in the moment, I guess. Yeah, I fully agree, and I truly do understand how I made you feel. I'm really sorry that I did. It's not my proudest thing that I do, and it's so bad, and I feel real bad that I've done it to you. Okay, accountability. I'm very sorry because I truly could have waited for you since we were taking the blank. Honestly, didn't know there wouldn't have been a chance at catching that train, only because it was my first time using that line and being at whatever airport. I understand it was probably not easy to bring up in the moment, but I would have been so down to talk about it with you then just as much now. I doubt that, only because like when you are in an anxious moment, when you're having an anxiety attack, everything is, you're on high defense mode, high defense. I don't think she would have took it as well as she's able to now, because now she's in a safe space. She's at home, you know. I don't know. I do regret not trying to be as into the city as you were, because looking back, this is what I told y'all be happening with that anxiety. You be getting those regrets like, damn, I wish I was in the moment. I just missed out on an opportunity. It was such a great place, and I got all these photographic memories of it all with you and all the places we were at, and I will always cherish them. I could have handled my stress so much stronger, and I'm sorry that because I didn't, that it made you feel sad and upset. I'm so glad you told me how you felt, though, because I knew it was affecting you and what I thought was annoyance, but I was still hoping you were able to keep your spirits up and enjoy. Girl. Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to relate to the feeling, but I wasn't saying it as good as I could have. And I really didn't want it to bring me down, but I don't know if that came off as me ignoring you, but thank you. I get how you felt. I don't know. I just really don't know how to navigate this situation. We did the best we could what we had, so don't worry. If I was more present and in the loop and less in my head, I would have recognized that you were feeling that way. I guess I did sort of feel alone, but I'm thankful you're clarifying you weren't trying to ignore me. Ooh, my bad. Hold on. My bad. So yeah, to me, it seems like, story over. Close the book. Move on. You get what I mean? Like, what's going on? Y'all in the chat said, you over here was crying on the floor. You over here said crying on the floor. No, for real. Like, she was crying on the floor, but accountability. We love accountability over here. Like, someone said, cut this girl off. I had a friend who would do the same thing and seem genuine in convo, but actions didn't back it up. Well, I mean, hey, we still got more screenshots, so I don't know what's about to happen after this, but obviously this wasn't the end of it. But she sounds like she's holding herself accountable. So our friendship still fizzled after the convo. She had this jacket I let her borrow, and I wanted to use it. I asked her if I could use it, and she confronted me about how she thinks I don't want to be her friend anymore. Which in hindsight was true at the time, because I hadn't faced the music yet. We set a time to meet up so she can give it to me, and she showed up with this big bag of clothes I gave her. And she also gave me my Christmas presents. She got me a planner with my initials engraved on it, some photo booth. She gave me back photo booth pictures we took. She had been going through a hard time, and I could tell she was acting off. She was acting off of that. I later found out she was, we can't say that on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch. Let's say she was, we're just going to say she was harming herself. She was having a mental health episode. She was with a mutual friend of ours. We dropped off this basket and had snacks and candies. I wrote her a letter that was like, I'll always be there for you. You know you have people that love you. And she gave it back. Wow. And I know she wouldn't want it, but why not throw it away? I don't know. That just really hurt my feelings. Mind you, the gift was wrapped up like a real Christmas gift. You did that to hurt my feelings, in my opinion. Girl, she sounds tiring, bro. Like, I feel tired. I mean, no shade. I'll throw myself under the bus. I definitely had a best friend. Well, I guess we were close friends because this person did not consider me their best friend. They was calling everybody else under the sun around me their best friend, but wanted all my damn time. When I was younger, yeah, like, I had a best friend, close friend, and I got everything that I had in my little room, and I walked to her house and I knocked on her door. Her mama opened the door and I was like, here you go, miss old best friend. I'm done with old girl. I treated it just like talking about a breakup. Yep. So I get it. Like, when you genuinely want to cut ties, that is what you do. But I feel like your friend is having a mental health moment, like she's having a mental health thing because, girl, there's some more text messages, but I didn't know she was going to tell us what order they were in. But here, let's look at some more text. Make sure you guys are liking the live, by the way. This is the friend. Honestly, I'm not fully sure how you're feeling, but I'd really appreciate to know. I just feel tension on your side of our friendship. I'm just nervous for how you feel about me and us, because if there's anything we can do together to clear the air and really benefit our friendship from it, I'd really want to. I just feel like if there's something you may want to say, that now would be the time. I don't know. I'm just really not sure how I feel, I guess. I don't know how to articulate it. I'm not trying to leave you in the dark. It's just a lot going on in my brain. Like, I'm not really totally satisfied with the convo we had talking about the past one. But I guess I'm not really sure what to do about that, because like, it's how you react. Like, I don't want to give input that's going to change who you are. I get what she's saying though, because it's like, bro, that's just your personality. You're just an anxious personality, and I appreciate you owning up to it. But it's like, okay, there comes a point in growing up where you can't just be like, oh, that's just the way I am. Like, you either want to change or you're like, you know what I mean? Not you talking about, girl, did y'all bump pocketbooks? Look, I'm what was it that I said, or did you want to clear up? I don't know. I don't really know how to say it all the way, but that's why I haven't brought it up yet. Like, I guess I just realized our values and how we want to live our lives with travel, etc. I'm just disappointed that they don't align more. It's like cool to be different in ways, but I'm not sure I like that. It's just been really stressing me. Like, I brought it up in therapy today. Yeah, friend, leave her alone. She's on her healing journey. Like, just leave her alone, bro. She's going through a lot of shit. And at Capricorn, like, every Capricorn woman I've ever met has been cool as a freaking cucumber. Like, this is very outside the norm. Not saying everybody got to act like they zodiac sign or nothing, but it's like that's like the blueprint given to us by the stars. And she needs some healing. She doesn't need to be traveling. And yeah, like, this is a mental health moment. Like, she needs to write the Christmas gift. You giving her Christmas gifts, and if you look at the timestamp, it was November. You had a whole month till Christmas. You giving that girl Christmas gifts. Like, this is definitely a mental health moment. So she in therapy. It's like, I know that when people say things you don't know what to say, you'll not respond. Or, girl, whoever said this in the chat, baby need to get some punctuation, like yesterday. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say it wrong. All my baby Geminis out there, use the notes app. Write out your feelings so that you could say shit with your chest. Because all this, I don't know. Like, bruh, that's not going to get you anywhere. Closed mouths don't get fed. You can tell her straight up, hey, we're on 2 different wavelengths. I'm trying to do this. You're working on that. It's all good. There's no way to say anything wrong. I'm aware of it too. I'm just feeling guilty that I couldn't be more aligned with the energy you had while traveling. Yeah, sorry, not trying to do tactics. I just don't want to make the situation worse by saying what I mean wrong. I personally like to confront people about things, just because when it's more quiet, I get to overthinking and assuming. And I'm just someone who likes to talk things out. If you don't want to talk about it, now that's okay. That's contradictory. What are we doing? I don't want to let it fester, but I just don't know. It's hard for me to articulate what I feel. It stresses me out. I don't want you to overthink. I want to be friends, but I don't know. It's like why I had to stop therapy every time. Oh my God, both of y'all are just tiring me. It's like I had to stop therapy every time she asked me to explain how I was feeling. I shut down. No, relatable as fuck. I know that's not very helpful. Sorry. Yeah, I highly advise you, the person that wrote the story in, please get into journaling or writing in your notes app, like, just so that you can look back on your feelings so that you can be a little bit more confident in them. Yeah, because yeah. I'm here, though, for you, no matter how hard it may feel. Friend, with love, you can't be there for her, and she can't be there for you, because y'all both need to work on yourselves. Like, you can't feed somebody when your fridge empty. I just want to learn how I could have been more supportive for you while being able to feel heard on my perspective too. Girl, you were having an anxiety attack. There was no way. Like, anxiety attacks are all internal. There was nothing that you could have done in that situation. You're not difficult though. I'm just adapting to the needs you need to have met. Friend, girl, we're meeting your needs. You got anxiety, girl. I feel like I've been thinking about how you feel more than I feel. That is cap, friend. Like, thank you. Someone in the chat said the golden words. Was it ever that serious? Was it ever that serious? The trip is over and we still brainstorming on what the hell. Like, girl, let it go. As far as what happened, I feel sorry for dipping on you at the airport. It wasn't a good friend move. I'm very sorry. I think I felt more allowed to do it because it felt so lonely on the trip. Girl, you could have just kept that in the draft. Why would you say that? I just figured since we going home anyway, I'd make some sense for me to go fast, but truly, it wasn't kind of me. I feel different. Like, out of my cousins, I'm the most shy and straight edge at work. I'm the youngest. Like, I'm the loudest. I feel like I'm always different. I'm tired of... Oh, okay. Y'all, you're both tiring me at this point. Y'all, like, how is there more text? Like, y'all, hold on. Y'all got to see this. Look how many texts there are. You see this little screen right here? You see where my mouse is? Look at all these texts. For two people that need to work on communication, y'all sure do text a lot. Oh my goodness. Someone said that is enough. Like, seriously, like, what is going on? Yeah, it made me feel like, damn, I'm used to being in a group, traveling with family and stuff. It's kind of hard to relate to people. Everybody's different. Whoop-de-whoop. We speed running now, y'all. It's kind of hard to relate to people. I just feel because everyone's different. I really didn't mean to have you feel that way. I'm sorry. I'm starting to learn I was giving you that feeling. You're very good to hold ground. Girl, what? I could have handled my stress better. I think if anything, I could promise to work on that. I dipped on someone. It's not happening in a while where I dipped on. So that's just a pattern of yours. You be dipping on people. Girl, I think I was like 15 or so when I did it the last time. Maybe I was 18. I don't know. But I just could have asked for us to set aside 10 minutes to lay the line down. I guess I felt as though I had that reassurance. Girl. Yeah, I know you would be nervous about it, but I think it just had more chance to... Girl, like, so what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm sorry. I appreciate y'all sending me in the story, but I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Because it's just like a whole bunch of... Not the 444, child. Oh, my goodness. Now what's this? Okay, now we're caught up. So now this is when the friendship breakup is happening. And she talking about she want her jacket. Yeah, sure thing. I got you a present, so maybe I can give you the present and the jacket, but I kind of think you don't want to be my friend, and I kind of don't want to bother you if that's the case. Baby, even if we friends or not, give me my stuff. Like, what? Well, thank you for the present. I feel like our values don't align, and we're having a hard time with that. Which values, though? Because I really like talking to you. I'm bummed if you don't want to continue being pals. No, because, like, real shit, though, dude. Real shit. Y'all are very similar to me. You guys have similar communication styles. It seems like, you know, y'all could talk it out. What are the values? If the values is traveling, I'm gagged. I'm gagging. Because what are we bad? Somebody said in the chat, I blame Natalie Nunn. No, for real. What are we, baddies? Baddies West, baddies Africa, baddies Brazil? Like, we just traveled up, passport stamped. Like, what's going on now? You said, I'll be free tomorrow. She said, I'll be free tomorrow 4:30-ish. I don't know. I feel like we talked about this. Like, I guess the paces we live in life, I just don't think it's going to be the same. It's hard because I have a lot happening right now and I'm trying to balance it all. But can you come to my house? I'll be washing my hair. Tomorrow's my only day off. Yeah, I could be there. I'm aware of how busy you get, and it's a lot. I really feel for you. My own situation's busy too. Mentally, it's kind of trash. It's just you could have been a cool buddy. The buddy and pal is killing me. Oh my gosh. No pressure. It's kind of not important to really determine that if you don't want to. Wait, actually, can I come at this time? Because I got to get a flu shot. Girl, you got to get a flu shot. Okay, I'm clocked out. I'm clocked out of those receipts. Shout out to everybody that stayed with me during all of that, because wow. Somebody in the chat said it sounded like Miss Girl want to be more than friends. I don't know. I feel like since I'm just blaming social media for all of this, I feel like a positive that social media has done is, you know, make people more aware of mental health and make people more aware of accountability and talking stuff out. But at the end of the day, and someone said this in the chat earlier, at the end of the day, if you don't apply, it don't fly. So if you don't genuinely accept someone's apology, if you don't genuinely reflect, then it's just a bunch of words. Shout out to Terrell again in the chat for the donation. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate all the roses and diamonds. Oh, shout out to the diamonds on TikTok. They said, first, this me internally being a Capricorn and Aquarius, it's a fight, but I found my balance. And second, how long they've been friends. They have only been friends for a year and a half. They've only been friends for a year and a half. Girl, let me get some water. Hold on. But here, let's wrap this story up. So I don't know about y'all. I'm ready to get on to some other ones. Let's wrap this story up. She was a really caring and thoughtful person. I just don't think we had compatible mindsets and values, and I was trying to make it work even though I knew it wouldn't. Socializing and being vulnerable are not my strong suits, and it taught me a lot about how I should move in the future. Girl, honestly, that wasn't the worst friendship breakup I've seen. I just think both of you guys are on separate journeys. You both seems pretty similar to me, honestly. Like, you both need to learn the same thing, but I feel like leaning on somebody who shares the same flaws as you may not be beneficial at such a, you know, young developing age. She said, looking back on the friendship, it was pretty surface level. It also gave me the last push to try and get another evaluation for my mental health, because I have ADHD and anxiety and have been told that I have aspects of bipolar, but I'm starting to think that I possibly am just on the spectrum and no one's clocked it yet. That's real. Anyway, thank you for reading. I've attached the receipts and everything, and I hope everyone reading has a good day. And here are some pictures of us. Let me see. What do y'all look like? Okay. Is that her in the red? Is that you with the blue cardigan? You look adorable. Both of y'all look adorable. It's pretty sad. But I just ask if she's the girl in the red because she looks like visibly like, I could always spot when somebody is like, oh yeah, I was anxious, and then they show me a picture, I could always like spot it. She's just looking like very like, you could tell she's like exhaling while she's going through that shit. Yeah, girl, that's just life, you know. That's just life. That's just the patterns of life when you grow apart from people. And unfortunately, you meet somebody for a day and it just like don't work out, and it just is what it is. You're gonna see that a lot in your 20s, even a little bit in your 30s. So I've heard is that you're gonna meet people, maybe whether it be off of Instagram, TikTok, you do like one of those little Facebook groups or whatever, and it's a time for a season, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're not really on the same path, and that is okay. It doesn't mean the other person's evil, doesn't mean you're evil, like, it just isn't working. Also, if anybody out there is listening to this, don't feel bad about just someone not being your cup of tea, or you clocking that you're not someone else's cup of tea. Sometimes people like the idea of you, and then they get to know you, and then you're like, girl, you really don't want to fuck with me for real. Like, you think, but you don't really want to fuck with me for real. Like, don't feel bad for just being like, hey, I just don't think we're vibing. It doesn't have to be this big fallout like, oh girl, I can't fuck with you because you don't travel and I'm trying to shake ass on a yacht. Like, come on now. Like, you're not shaking ass on a yacht 24/7. You at the house watching Love is Blind, eating ho-hos at least a week out of the year. Like, come on now. But yeah, not everybody is compatible. Here, I'm going to read the chat before I get to the next story. Safi in the chat said, it sounded like Lil Miss Girl just don't want to be friends no more. Right. And that's okay. Just say that. Like, we don't need to be doing these long back and forth. And then I feel, and then I feel, and then I feel, and then I feel. Like, girl, just life is too short. Life is too short. Kaya said, this is too much. Who cares at this point? That's what I'm saying. Like, you're beating a dead horse. Like, come on now. Come on now. Let's see. Katie said I had to make a cup of coffee. Listen to that. No, seriously. Kaisha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, says accountability literally whoops the masses. It's like people are allergic to this concept. Like, no, like it sounds good on paper, but it just wasn't being applied in real life. Gwendolyn says this is a codependent relationship waiting to happen. Yes, that is why I don't advise people that you may be going through the same thing, but you need to go separate to find different coping mechanisms. Because if your coping mechanism is that person, then it's like, oh man, she has anxiety. I need to stop my whole trip. Or, like, nah, bruh. Mello says, been there, done that. I met some people off of Instagram, never again. Their ex-girlfriend hit me up in the DMs, and I was like, no, thank you. Just messy and childish. Yeah, absolutely not. Shaniqua said, I don't even explain this much to my own man. Period. Like, girl, get out of here with that. Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you so much for sending in the story. I hope that you are in a better place now that friendship is gone. My advice to you is that not every, and this is coming from your Gemini big sis, because I know you a Gemini too. Not everyone is going to be your cup of tea, and you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. Like, that is so okay. Don't let social media make you think that this is how girl friendship should be, or this is how this type of relationship should be. That, like, girl, stop. It's about the pressure is getting worse. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the Twitch and TikTok people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see. Can I? Oh, you guys can see the title. Bet. Make sure you guys like the stream, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. Okay. We are about to get into story number 2. It took us a whole hour to read story number 1 because of all them receipts. Let's get into story number 2. It's shorter, but it is the title story. And I couldn't put the real title because it has a cuss word in it, but it is the Situationship from hell. From hell, girl. The Situationship from hell. Make sure y'all got your water, your blizzies, your oatmeal cream pies, and strawberry shortcake. Okay. Hey, Naja. Hey, friend. I just want to say I love your channel. I've been watching you since my tail end of high school / college years, and now I am 26. Well, thank you so much for the continued support. I appreciate you. I am a Pisces sun, a Taurus moon, and a Cancer rising. Shout out to all my Pisces, Taurus, and Cancers in the chat. Make sure you drop your zodiac sign. My current boyfriend is a Taurus sun, an Aries moon, and a Scorpio rising. Shout out to all the Taurus, Scorpios, and Aries in the chat. You can call me Serena. This story is about my Pisces on Pisces situationship from hell. Ages 18 to 20. Girl, and if any of y'all are new, I'm sorry. I love to talk about zodiac signs, manifestation, mental health, all that stuff. So sorry if it's a broken clock. I also like to relate stories from my life to show people that I understand where they're coming from. So just letting y'all know. A Pisces on Pisces situationship just sounds like a whole bunch of lust to me. It just sounds like a whole bunch of lust because I think Pisces women are just so free and just so like eccentric. And then the male version of that is being a whore. Like, I'm sorry. They talk about leave Pisces men alone. I'm sorry. Like, I've been friends with multiple of them. I've been friends with tons of them. And I think I did a story time about this when I was younger. I was at this party. I was in a relationship with this loser at the time, and I was still being faithful to the loser. But there was a Pisces man there, and he was fine. He was fine. Chocolate, tall. He had his own home. Like, he was fine. And I brought my Pisces homegirl there. This man was trying to talk to me, like, hard, like, down. Like, and I was like, man, no, I can't do it. I'm just not that type of girl. I left one day. I go over there, my homegirl in the bed. I can't even be mad at her. Girl. I was like, damn, bitch. Okay, you did your, what did they be saying now? You did your big one. Bitch. Okay, go for it. Then she's like, oh, yeah, I'm about to keep talking to him. This man ghosts the hell out of her. And he's just like, oh, no, yeah, I just you know, and I'm like, bro, why are you doing my friend dirty? And I guess he thought I was going to be like crossed or feel upset that he smashed my friend over me when it's like, bro, it's whatever. He was just like, oh yeah, I'm not trying to settle down. I'm trying to go to the Project X story time. Yes, they were having Project X parties at that damn house like every fucking day. And looking back as like a grown person, then people were on hard drugs, because there's no way I would be renting out a home in a nice neighborhood on the nice side of town, just trashing it like that every freaking week. But yeah, like that's when I really seen like the hoe side of the Pisces man, because I've never tried to, you know, even I was just like, oh, so you just doing it like that. And then like the next few days there would be like a girl that would get invited and he want to talk to her, he want to smash to her. I'm like, oh my God, you are like a hoe. And his best friend was a male Gemini, and me and him were like on some cool shit, and he was just like, yep, that's just how my friend is. He just a hoe. I'm like, damn, y'all be getting that crazy. So she had a Pisces on Pisces situationship, which does not surprise me. It was a situationship. This situationship was right before I met my now boyfriend. And when I tell this story to people, they always tell me how crazy it is. So I met him off of Bumble. I wish I had a soundboard. I just want to do the. I met him off of Bumble during COVID. Shit. We're going to call him Shang, because he reminds me of Li Shang from Mulan. Girl, are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to say that, girl? We gonna call him Shang, because he reminds me of Li Shang from Mulan. I didn't even know that was his name. We be having effects on TikTok. I don't know how to do those yet. I need to download. Oh, I see it. Download the live studio. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back next in the next 2 weeks with my sound effects. Right, that might be a little racially motivated. Talking about Shang. I'd rather you call him Mulan. Like, so we matched on Bumble and started chatting, and I ended up having a lot in common with him. He was Korean American. Girl, he's Korean and you're calling him Shang. No, see, now you Mulan was Chinese, girl. No, we're going to call him Park. We're going to call him Park, okay? We're going to call him Park because we're going to be PC over here. So, he is Korean American. We both like anime, and we have similar tastes in music, and we both partake in the devil's lettuce, okay? But later on in the story, you'll see that he partook in more than the devil's lettuce. Oh, no. But we were vibing on a Pisces level. Everything was fun until he started doing typical Pisces male shit. He was involved with his ex-girlfriend at the time and went back and forth between us. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, in hindsight, even if I cut it off to not deal with him while he's with someone else, when he would eventually come back, I should not have let him back in. Because my thing is, how do you know that he really not talking to her no more? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. That's a hard one. But love will do that to you. Love? You loved him, girl? Oh my God. She said, Pisces be loving hard. Sometimes we do dumb shit just to see how it plays out. Now that I have witnessed, y'all do like doing that. Y'all be doing shit. That whole phrase, do it for the plot, was created for and by Pisces people, like, for sure. I no longer do that though. My frontal lobe is now fully developed after 25. A lot of tumultuous events happened between us. Here is a short list. Number 1. Oh my God. Number 1, he did a white substance in a clear pipe in front of me to celebrate a high test score in college. So we're frying the brain cells that got us the high test score. What's not clicking? Like, you barely skating by doing the devil's lettuce. You over here hitting the pookie? You hitting the pookie? Bruh, okay, now I'm about to not be PC because now I'm about to say some fuck shit. I'm like, bruh, I ain't never seen no Asian person hit the pookie. I ain't never seen no Asian person hit the pookie before. What? He hit the pipe. I'm scared. This man hit the, and they ain't just comfortable with it. Just comfortable. No, I ain't never seen no Asian person. I've seen Asian people, unfortunately, get strung out on, like, you know, the traditional, you know, things that people get in America. The fent epidemic, all that stuff, right? The pookie? Talking about they be getting down. I didn't know. I had no clue. I had no clue that like, just out in the open, right? Like, are you good, sir? What the? Number 2. He borrowed over $1,000 from me for getting said substances. An example 1, so basically to get the pookie, but paid most of it back. I had to let that $200 go. Girl, you are letting this man use you like Afterpay or Zelle to get pookie substance. And this is why and I'm so glad I'm streaming on TikTok right now so that y'all could get this message too, because I know y'all see this on your feed. This is why I don't like when white women be on social media talking about, oh, me and my pookie. Do you know what a pookie is? Do you know who Pookie is? Like, girl. She said she gave this man $1,000. Number 3, he woke me up in the middle of the night to take him to pay drug dealers and had me out. Oh, girl, he is an addict. Like, what are we doing? He is full blown in active addiction. Oh my gosh. He is in active addiction right now. And the last thing is, I came to see him after rehab, and the first thing I saw at his apartment was his ex on his phone as his lock screen. Girl, no! No! He said, sis, you the bank. She's my heart. Ugh! And you know she was up in there visiting him and shit. And you know he was probably talking to bitches at the rehab. My husband used to be a rehab tech. He would tell me how they treat it like high school in there. They be getting new diseases and shit. Wow. Wow. This man was really using you like a wallet. That's crazy. Using you like the damn bank. Yeah, they become, look. What the hell, Quisha? What the hell, Leonte? Right. There were a lot of mind games in between the rampant drug use that it even took a toll on me. That I was tempted to try harder. Oh my God, no! I was tempted to try some harder El Drugas, but got enrolled in a precautionary drug dependency program. Good for you. In a drug reduction program that with therapy definitely changed my life and helped me be better for me and my current partner now. Good for you, girl. We're almost 5 years strong and we laugh every time I'm being about this part of my life. If you want more details or side stories about him, I have screenshots somewhere and I will send updates. Love all that you do, Naja. Thank you for reading my story. Oh my gosh. So, girl, that man was doing the pookie in 2025, and that shit scared you so bad that you checked yourself in and got some therapy. I know that's real. I know that was real. I know that you must have seen some scary stuff that you was leaving out, because that he done scared you straight. Almost turned right. He almost made you into a crackhead, friend. Oh my God. What does he look like? Okay, for one, you are giving grunge baddie. I love this aesthetic so much. I know I was just talking about aesthetics the other day, but I love a good 2010s aesthetic. I don't know if because that's when I was young, but I just love how you're dressed. I love the jacket. I love everything. This is him? Or is this you? Oh, this is you and your current man. He's not Asian. Okay, edges. Damn. Girl, you eating. Yeah, you're too cute to be... Mm-mm. You said draw him. She didn't send me a picture of him. I just got her current boyfriend. But she's cute. She's cute. She's an alternative baddie that does not need whatever the hell that dude trying to sell. Like, anybody out there, if you are in a relationship with somebody that has hard substance abuse issues, right? Get out of it while you can, because people don't do el drugas by themselves. You are eventually, especially if you're a woman, statistically, look it up. I'm not pulling this out my butt. Statistically, when the wife, because they only did this in a married pool of people, when the wife does substances, specifically alcohol or anything that's like hard, the husband asks her to quit and she doesn't quit, he'll leave her. When the husband does substances and they're hard, the wife will ask him to quit and he doesn't, she will stay for some freaking, like, and then in another group of people, the wife will then adopt those habits so that she could spend more time with the husband. So please, ladies, if you end up, what is this old saying? You roll with dogs, you sleep with dogs, you get fleas type shit. Like, trust. You do not need to be dealing with these men that have these type of problems, because they will drag you down, because you subconsciously on some savior complex shit gonna want to stick around. Let's read these chats. So Tantra says, sis says she walked into the trap, smelled shit, and then heard moaning and realized she needed to get help fast. Oh my God. Kyla said Pisces plus Pisces equals Pookie and Ray Ray. Y'all going to hell. Just Katie said, my father-in-law is a Pisces. I'm pretty cool with my man's stepmom and bio mom, and his bio has told me of a couple instances when father-in-law reached out to hit. He's been an addict too. Pisces men serve themselves, period. Talking about, y'all, who is Pookie? Go look it up. Go look up Pookie. What is that movie called? New Jack City, right? With Chris Rock, the dude that got slapped by Will Smith. Look up what who Pookie really is and what Pookie really about. Okay? Don't be having these. I know there's that couple on TikTok that be like, oh, look at what Pookie got on. Every time they say that, I just imagine him with his like crackhead mouth in my mind. And it's just like, no. Sunny Heart said, this man smoked that ish in my bathroom. And I was like, you better go back to your mama house with that tea. Do not come over here with them hard ass drugs. Okay, yeah, it's New Jack City. Yup. Go look up New Jack City. Pookie. New Jack City is on Tubi for free, hooking you up. There you go. Go watch New Jack City once this live is over. Just multiple L's. Loans, loss, ladrugas. I'm glad she's on a better path. Me too. I'm glad that you're in a stable relationship. You got mental health clarity. Like, yes. But that is story number 2. Make sure you guys like the live. If you're on TikTok, make sure you are tapping the screen. Thank you to all the gifters and the donations. We're going to get on to story number 3. This one is called, My Father is a Creep, and I'm thinking about letting our relationship fizzle out. Okay? Happy Father's Day, guys. What the fuck? Happy Father's Day to all of my daddies, my pappies out there, dude. So let's get into it. Hey, Naja. Hey, friend. I have been watching you since 2019, and I really love your content. You always keep it real, and I love your energy. Well, thank you so much for writing in, friend. So, TikTok. Not TikTok gave me a live restriction. They said your live does not comply with the For You page because we were talking about El Drugas. Oh my God. Okay. Noted. Oh my God. TikTok is strict, girl. TikTok is strict. Child. So I submitted this story before about totaling my car with my friends. At that time, I chose to cut my father off because he said he wished I died in the accident. Oh, wow. Wow. That was crazy. It stayed like that for years until something happened in Texas where I remember when the power went off in 2021. To give you some background, I was living with my sister, my mom, and younger brother during this time. My sister and I brought that we were looking to move out on our own, and my mother didn't like that at all. Although I love my mom, she doesn't like working and depended on us and my brother's disability check to go by. See, that irritates me. Like, what do you mean you're a whole parent and you don't like working? I hate when people say they don't like working. Nobody likes working. Like, nobody likes working. I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody, they would much rather get paid to exist. Nobody likes to work. Even if you like your job, like, nobody likes getting up at 7 a.m. Nobody likes sitting in traffic for the commute. Nobody like I cannot stand that excuse. No, for real. Like, you a mother of 3, you don't want to work, girl. Okay, Resilient Jenkins. Like, what? Before my parents separated, my father was the breadwinner and my mom would stay home with the occasional job here and there. Because of her wanting to rekindle things with my father, she wanted us to give him a chance again. Girl, you just want your bills paid, which is like tea, but I'm sorry. If you tell my daughter who almost died that you wish she would have died, you're dead to me. Like, you can stay over there. The hell? My sister and I shut down completely, but she would still bring it up. As a reminder, we weren't living with him during this time, but my mom would spend most of her time at his house. Then came 2021 when the lights went out, and eventually it was off the entire day during freezing temperatures. Coincidentally, my father's power was on at his apartment, and he offered all of us to stay with him. My brother and mother decided to go, but we refused. We bundled up and stayed the night, but once morning arrived, I saw how cold my sister was, and I decided to suck it up and suggest we go to his place. Once there, my father welcomed us, and it was nice to feel the warmth. Sometime later, he approached us to apologize, but we were not having it. After that event passed, we thanked him, but continued to keep our distance. And honestly, that's how I would have done it too. Like, I would have stayed over there because at the end of the day, I feel like parents do owe their children. I do. And I feel like they brought you into this world. It's their responsibility to make sure that you're good and to raise you to be an adult to where you can take care of yourself. And in that moment, that was his duty because you could have died. I don't know if y'all remember how bad that was in 2021 in Texas when it got so cold that the pipes froze and the electrical wiring froze and it was bad. It was really, really bad. So yeah, that was his job to make sure that y'all were good. So don't owe you shit. Bye. Going on with my life. Like, yeah, it was bad, bruh. It was bad. We decided to move out that following year, but our unit would not be available until the next 5 days. We were able to stay at my friends for 2 while they were away. However, we decided to get a hotel until my mother insisted we stay with them for the last 3 days. We were reluctant, but we were also wanting to save money anywhere we could, so we decided to stay. During that time, we were cordial with our father, but we still kept him at arm's length. My father was trying to do whatever he could by offering funds and apologizing. But after moving into our place, my father still was trying to extend his hand wherever he could. Although I was still bitter for everything that happened in the past, I did decide to give him somewhat of a chance since we decided to take his aid. So, okay, like I said earlier, like, I get it. every relationship, you know, you give that Dusty 1,000 times of chances. But then when it comes to different other relationships, people tend to be pretty cutthroat, especially now in this climate with the mental health stuff I was telling y'all about. A lot of people are going no contact with their parents. So I commend you for trying. It does not make what he said any less gross, but I do commend you for trying. Okay. So fast forward to 2024, I move in with my boyfriend, now fiance, and my sister moved in with roommates. My parents were trying to make their relationship work, and we began to open up more to our father. When my fiance proposed, my father asked if he was going to walk down the aisle with me. Oh my God. Girl, I got my own horror story about that. Ooh, this is triggering. I felt he had grown a lot, so I agreed. However, as the months went by, my father started saying and doing inappropriate things. To give you an idea, my sister and I are both curvy girls, oh God, and have been blessed with thick behinds. Okay. As a kid, my father and mother always commented on this, and my father She said her father used to smack them on their booty when they would walk by. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm not fucking with him. Like, what the hell? Smacking your booty? Like, your backside? That's crazy. That's your dad and he's smacking your booty, bro. You and your sister. And your mom was just sitting there like, oh yeah, what did the mama say when she saw your daddy smacking you and your sister on the ass? That's weird, bro. That's weird. I wouldn't want him around me or my children. Yeah, and I know he probably was doing it in an innocent way in his head, but it's like you low-key just like, and I'm really not trying to trauma dump on you or make you like, you know, freak out. It's just my opinion from what I'm watching and how I would classify that. It's given SA. Like, why are you touching, girl? My parents were trying to, oh my gosh. So eventually we would become uncomfortable with him smacking us on the butt and told my mom to ask him to stop. And he did. However, as we grew up, we noticed small, strange behaviors here and there. When I was talking to my father, I would catch him looking at my boobs. Yeah. No, absolutely not. I just want you to know that's not normal. My father has never tried me like that. I just want you to know. And my dad's not dad of the year either. That's not normal. That's not normal, bro. Your daddy should not be looking at your boobs. Your dad should not be smacking your butt. Now, I get it. You have a parent or like an older sibling or something, and they say like, damn, like you are not a little kid anymore. Like you're growing up. That's crazy. I seen you grow up with my own two eyes. That's different than looking like, bro, that's weird, bro. That's weird. One time he said I had a sexy smile, and my mom called him out that it was weird for him to say that. Yeah, that is fucking weird. And I'm glad why does your mom want to be with him? Just for the money? He over here sexualizing your daughters and saying that he wished one of them was dead and you want to live with him? That's weird. A sexy smile. You know what they say about, again, not trying to trauma dump or diagnose or anything, but they do say that narcissists usually have like weird ancestral ideas about their children because it's like a reflection of them. Like they view their kids as like a part of them, like that is me type of deal. Because why would you even feel comfortable saying any of this stuff? You know? It's just odd. Later on, my sister told me he kissed her on the lips, which thinking back now, I feel like we pushed this to the back of our heads due to the discomfort that was happening that often. Now, I get sometimes daughters will kiss their dad on the lips when they're like 3 or like 4. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, but, bro, this is weird. He got too many strikes against him to be doing that. Going back to present day, my sister and I started to lose weight, and my father commented on it. My sister was wearing a tight-fitted dress, which looked nice on her, and my father gave her a compliment. At first, it seemed normal, but he just kept mentioning how good she looked. He also mentioned how I was busting out of my top. Then he said we got our big hoo-has from our auntie, which is his biological sister. And all of this is going on in earshot of my mother. Get as far away. I'm going to look in the camera when I say this. Get as far away from this man as possible. Do not let any children around this man, even if they're in your family. Bro is a real deal creep. Bro is a real deal creep. And I would sleep with one eye open around him. Like, that is creepy as hell. Yeah, I agree. That's way too many instances. He should not be invited to the wedding. I don't think he should be invited to the wedding. And if he is, I don't know. That's just weird to me. It's just weird. Because that's a lot of apologizing to do. That's a lot of apologizing. Those are a lot of instances. Or, that's a good point too. He could be a corn addict. Because a lot of people that intake a lot of NSFW content tend to be desensitized. Like, because why are you... Bruh. I hope mama ain't with him to babysit no grandbabies. There don't need to be no grandbabies, grandpuppies, nothing around him. He's gross. Like, what the hell? After that, I stopped coming over as much and covered up more. My sister, unfortunately, still went over there since she gets her locks retwisted by my mom. And one time she was there and my mom had to go out for something. My father just began to just massage her shoulders, which, of course, she asked him to stop. She told me about this and I was absolutely disgusted. We decided that we're just going to slowly cut him off and not approach my mom on the situation. My fiance agreed that was the best course of action, but here's the dilemma. I don't know how to navigate family events or when I visit my mom. My father tries to talk to me and I'm cordial with him, but he's beginning to notice something is off. I know if I tell my mom, she will go back to him about it and push us to talk it out. I don't think he will change, honestly. I don't even want to walk down the aisle with him anymore. I just wish my mom would separate from him already since they have been back and forth with their relationship. Either way, family gatherings will be awkward. Thanks for reading, Naja. I know this is long, and I'm curious about you and the tribe's opinion on the matter. So really, I think we're all in agreement here that your daddy has some inappropriate touching going on. Let's just say that. It's inappropriate touch, for sure. This is definitely inappropriate touching. Now, you're saying how to maneuver family events by avoiding him. Look, shout out to Sienna for the donation. They said if I did get invited, he's definitely get in touch. What you mean? Like you gonna beat him up? Oh my god. Thanks for the super chat. Honestly, I would just ignore him. And I know you're like, oh, my mom's gonna want to talk to me about it. This is a hard one because you're saying you don't want to talk to him because they're going to force you to brush it under the rug. Nobody can force you to do anything. If I were you, I would bring attention to it and just say, hey, this has been like some inappropriate stuff. Like you make me feel uncomfortable. Like we've had more negative interactions between you saying you wish I was dead and you saying stuff about my body and everything. Like we've had more negative interactions than positive interactions. And there needs to be some type of change, right? Part of being an adult is being real. Like, yeah, you don't owe anybody shit, but at least nobody could ever say that, oh my God, this just came out of nowhere. I don't know why she's not messing with me. I apologize to her. She stayed with me during the blackout. Like, I don't know why she just don't want to be with me. I would sit you, your mom, and your sister down and just be real. Just like, yeah, this is what's been going on. This makes us feel uncomfortable. I don't know what y'all are telling each other to make this be okay, but this is my body being touched on. This is my body being talked about. I own this body, and I don't feel comfortable with y'all doing that shit. As for your mom and her relationship with him, that's her fucking business. I wouldn't even try to get caught up in that, because unfortunately, toxicity, misery loves company. Misery loves company. Your mom probably older. She probably feel like she can't get nobody else that's willing to pay for her and all them damn kids and like whatever. That's the cross she got to bear, and she got to go to bed at night knowing good and damn well that her husband be looking at her daughter's asses and be looking at their chest and stuff. Like, that's her sick ass. All you could do is have your own back. Now, as for the walking down the aisle shit, it's your day. You could do whatever you want. You could walk down the aisle by yourself and nobody else do it. Like, me personally, I didn't have anybody give me away. I gave myself away. I just felt like it, like, realistically, you just got to be real with yourself, bro. You got to be real with yourself. Like, yeah, have the family at the wedding, but you don't have to go full traditional to it's like, oh, my father is giving me away to my man. Because then it's even more weird because your dad being weird. So it's like sexual undertones. It's just, I don't know. I don't like that. But let me see what y'all got to say in the chat about this. You said, this is so sad. The mother is complacent. I agree, but she's sick. Like, misery loves company. Just let her go be over there. Gwendolyn says, mom has made her choice. If she wants a relationship, then she needs to come to you. I agree. And another thing, you might just have to let these family members that are throwing the events know, like, hey, just a heads up, me and dad ain't really like that for real. So that at least you can have somebody on your team at the event type of deal. I've noticed that usually works. Like, let somebody know to be like your point guard. Be like, hey, just so you know, I'm not trying to reconcile. I'm just wanting to see the rest of the family. And I'm not asking you not to invite him, but as for respect for me, don't put me in a situation where I have to be one-on-one with him. But I feel if you let the family know your reasoning why, they probably wouldn't want his ass around. That's why I say, like, closed mouths don't get fed. You need to tell somebody something. Right. Girl Luigi said you have to advocate for yourself. He's going to get comfortable because no one is calling him out. Sunny said this is a hard one because a lot of the time other family will accuse her of making it weird by assuming and twisting things. Do not let it manipulate you. That is a possibility. That's a possibility. You got to find a trusted person within your family for sure, because I've noticed it's usually like the elders that like to sweep stuff like that under the rug and stuff. So yeah, bruh. That is crazy. You're not out of pocket. Yo daddy out of pocket for sure. Because that's insane. That is wild. But thank you for sending in the story. I hope that, you know, your wedding goes well and he doesn't make it all about him, because it's not about him. You're not a kid anymore. You can do whatever you want to do. Period. But all right, y'all, let's get to story number 4. Make sure you guys are liking the live. Shout out to all my people on TikTok. I know they censored us. So hopefully we're getting some new people. Shout out to everybody on TikTok and YouTube. Make sure you guys are liking the stream. Man, that was a weird ass dude. That dude is weird. Like, I couldn't imagine. That just gave me the ick. Like, why are you talking to your daughter like that, you weird ass man? All right, the next story. From best friends to confusion, I need advice. Okay. Hey, Naja. Hey, friend. I have a story time for you, and I'm really hoping that you and the viewers can give me some good advice because I'm feeling confused. Unfortunately, I don't have any screenshots because whenever I cut somebody off, I delete everything from my phone. I know that's right. Girl, honestly, it'd be that damn iPad. That iPad be holding all the secrets, bruh. It'd be that iPad. All right, so this story is about me and my former best friend. We're going to call him Jason, and we're going to call me Mary. So for the record, guys, this is a male, a guy and a girl friendship. Okay? All right? The guy friend is named Jason. Jason and I have known each other since I was 10 and he was 11, and he's turning 25 soon and I'm 24. So we've known each other for almost 14 years. Wow, y'all are sandbox for real. Since you mentioned zodiac signs in your story, I'll let you guys know I am an Aquarius and he is a Cancer. Shout out to all my Aquarius and Cancers out there. Apparently, you guys are pretty compatible as friends. I know a lot of Aquarius that date Cancers, or vice versa. Usually Cancer women be dating Aquarius men, and then I'm not gonna tell my friends tea, but yeah, I've noticed it usually works the other way around when it's an Aquarius woman and a Cancer man, because the Cancer man's a little bit more doting and everything. Nobody likes a reserved, hard ass, closed off guy when you're that fucking emotional, you know. But cool friends. So we're in the same class and we are completely inseparable. Outside of school, we used to hang out a lot with our friend group and we would talk on the phone often. Back then, everyone at school said we would end up as a couple one day. Okay, so I didn't know if Jason was, maybe, happy pride. But no, he's not. Okay. I think people only tried to ship us together, though, because we were the only black kids in our grade. And just to give you some context, I live in Germany. Okay, Germany. Shout out to all my overseas viewers. There are not many of y'all. Shout out to Germany. Here, it is not common to have many black students in one school like it is in the U.S. Everything was fine between us until the pandemic hit in 2020. I was 19 and he was 20. He was going through a rough breakup, and I was here for him every step of the way. We would go on walks almost every day, chill in the park or at my place, and talk about his breakup. I tried to help him as much as I could. At the same time, I was having issues with my mom and moved in with a friend who lived nearby. She let me stay in her apartment alone for a week while she stayed at her boyfriend's. So I just invited Jason over a few times just to hang out, smoke shisha, and chill. One day, as we're saying goodbye, we hug and Yo, wait a minute. One day we hug and my lips accidentally land on his neck. Girl, why it sound like you just slipped and fell on top of some eggplant? Like, what do you mean you just... Oh, girl, I just accidentally, girl, I don't know about you, but that was just giving, very sensual. It just got hot in here. What do you mean you accidentally brushed your lips on his neck? And he talking about, that's my weak spot. Girl, see what you saw? No, oh my God. It wasn't on purpose. It was awkward and kind of cringe. See, me on the outside looking in, that's not giving awkward and cringe. It's giving hot and steamy. What are we doing? What are we doing, girl? There ain't no damn accidentally. You probably did accidentally do that, but he did not accidentally, confirm the sexualness of the situation. No, for real. What in the what pad is going on? What in the what pad is really going on here? So the next day, he came over and we did the same old, just shisha, chilling, watching prison documentaries while laying in the bed. Suddenly, the power went out. So we checked the fuse box but couldn't fix it. So we just went back to bed and just talked. I don't know what came over me. I take it back, girl. You knew what you was doing. Talk about, I don't know what came over me. I don't know, the spirit of lust. But I got turned on and I gave him some signals and he just kissed me and we didn't go all the way, but we were just making out and touching and stuff. I was still a virgin at the time. So after he left, I was just there confused, not really believing what just happened. Girl, protect your precious flower. No. Oh my gosh. I had never been attracted to him like that. And as far as I know, he wasn't attracted to me either. The next few days, we messaged like normal and neither of us brought up the kissing. I just thought we could go back to being friends. Spoiler, I was wrong. Even though he said everything was fine, he avoided hanging out with me alone. I kept asking if he was okay or if he wanted to talk about it, but he insisted everything was normal and I'm just imagining things. This went on for a while, and eventually I just cut him off because I couldn't deal with the weird vibes anymore. Our friendship was on and off until summer of 2022 when he finally opened up to me. He said it had been weird. What did he say? He said it had been weird being friends with me after the kiss, and it confused him that I moved on from it so quickly. You said you wanted to talk. He said he didn't want to talk. I told him that I thought about it, but I didn't want to lose our friendship, so I thought pretending it didn't happen would be best. So we cleared the air and hoped things could go back to normal after 2 years. Wrong again. By then, Jason had a new girlfriend, and things got really weird. I had seen her a couple times at events. We said hi, but that was it. Girl, you do realize now you are like the stereotypical best friend that everybody gets red flags from because, and it's not you personally. It's nothing you did personally. It's just as soon as a opposite sex friendship crosses that line, now there's going to be jealousy and stuff because, okay, if you get a man and you introduce your man to Jason, your man's gonna have in his head like, oh, have you and Jason hooked up? Like, what is a best friend? Like, it's 2025. What is a best friend? Same with old girl. She probably like, oh, that's your best friend. Like, have y'all done anything? Like, so now y'all are in that category. And honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but y'all probably should have just smashed, bro. Like, y'all probably should have just got it over with because you're not, obviously the relationship is not going to be the same anymore. Like, y'all probably should have just, and then, you know, you've known this person for a long time. You have love for them. You want to do the whole little V card thing. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, am I tripping? Like, I think y'all might as well should have just smashed. Because now you're getting all the consequences as if you did. You just kissed. Like, I don't see. I mean, y'all kissed in the bed. Y'all kissed in the bed, girl. I don't know. Because it's giving. He's probably going to spin the block in like another 10, 15 years. And, you know, because there's going to be the curiosity factor. Like, I don't know. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I think y'all should have just, and y'all are young too. Like, F it. You're young. Have fun. Like, you should have just did it. Fuck it. Especially for all this trouble. So Jason and his new girl got together when we weren't speaking. So I think she just saw me as an old classmate rather than somebody he used to be super close to. In the fall of 2022, Jason and I started talking more again, hanging out, calling each other regularly. My friend AITA thought it was wrong, given what had happened between us and the fact that his girlfriend didn't know. Aaliyah, mind your motherfucking business, bitch. Mind your business. Like, what? Not y'all mutual friend. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't do cheaters. I wouldn't befriend a cheater, even though I'm not in the relationship with you. I just feel like that's a personality flaw, a loyalty issue, if you will. However, Aaliyah, that's not your business, girl. That's not your business. Shout out to Sienna for the donations. He said, this is how I have my married Sims act. No, for real. Like, come on now. Oh, my gosh. I understood where Aaliyah was coming from, but I was just happy to have my friend back. Like, I felt like I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't flirting or anything. But from his side, there were little things, like reacting to sexy pics in my story, telling me he found me attractive and would sleep with me. I didn't respond to that. Yeah, bruh. See, now the shoulda, coulda, wouldas are going to keep coming up. We chilled in his car a lot, eating and talking. And during those times, his girlfriend would sometimes call, and he never mentioned that I was with him and sounded like he was trying to get off the phone quickly. One time at the car wash, she called again and asked several times if he was alone, and he pretended the signal was bad and hung up. You know that means that his girlfriend don't like you, right? That's crazy. You know that means his girlfriend does not like you. And she probably told him, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you talking to her. I was in shock, but I didn't say anything. But that's when I realized our friendship was not okay anymore. I didn't talk to him about it, but I just slowly started distancing myself, and I stopped hanging out with him one-on-one. As you should, though, because I could understand if you would feel uncomfortable. He kept asking why I didn't want to meet up anymore, saying he missed me, and I always dodged the topic for 6 months. In summer 2023, he asked to meet again, and Aaliyah told me to be honest with him. So I told him I didn't feel comfortable meeting because I felt like he was hiding me from his girlfriend. He completely gaslit me, saying I'm imagining things, and even laughed at me. That really hurt because it took a lot for me to bring it up. I didn't respond to his disrespectful message. He spammed me with texts and calls for 2 days, then gave up. He sent one last long message saying it was sad we drifted apart, but he wished me the best. Man, look. I didn't hear from him for a year until we saw each other at a wedding. Oh my God, that is exactly how that shit be going too. Since we grew up together, we share mutual friends, and avoiding him was hard. He eventually approached me and lied again, saying he never hid me and that he missed me. See, he should have just been honest. I was stupid and talked to him normally again, but told him I didn't believe him, just off rip. When we were all leaving, he told me to add him on Snapchat. Oh my God, don't do it. He's trying to be freaky. He's trying to be freaky. No. Oh my God, don't add him on Snapchat, girl. He's going to send you a picture you can't unsee. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God. I found that strange. Why Snapchat and not WhatsApp? Because in Germany, everyone uses WhatsApp for chatting because he's trying to be sneaky. He is in a relationship and he's trying to have all of y'all messages delete. He's not slick. Oh my God. Even if he deleted my number, he could have just asked for it again. Something felt off. He added me and we chatted for a few days. I eventually asked why Snapchat, and he left me on red for 30 minutes and I removed him. Yes, ma'am. Yes. My friend said I was too quick to judge. No, you were not. Where's Aaliyah at? Pull Aaliyah up. Ask Aaliyah. She'll tell you the real. Her nosy ass. She'll tell you the real tea. But no, I know him. I knew he couldn't give me a real reason. He kept watching my snaps until April of 2025, then finally removed me. I know removing him was the right thing to do, but to be honest, I like knowing he still cared enough to keep up with my life. I don't even know why. Since the beginning of this year, I've been thinking about him a lot again. Even though we don't talk or see each other, I keep dreaming about him. Girl, did you lose your V card yet? Because that's probably why. There's like a chemical reaction going on in your head with him. Like, I don't think it's like legitimate. I keep dreaming about him, and these dreams feel more romantic than friendly. I believe dreams have meaning, so I'm really confused why I keep dreaming about him now out of nowhere. We live in the same city, but never bump into each other, and that's so strange to me. Because there is an old saying that when people come in your life for a certain time, and they're not supposed to, your time is done, they've not served you anymore, you won't see them. Like, you just won't. It's so weird. Let me know if any of y'all in the chat have ever experienced that. I know I have. You'll go to the same city, go to the same school, work at the same, whatever. Like, you just won't see them. Do you maybe have an idea of where these dreams are coming from? Does it mean I should reach out or not? I miss him so much. Girl, thanks for reading my story. Also, I just want to say I love your videos. You are so beautiful and have such a great vibe. Thank you so much. I have attached pictures of me and one of Jason. Oh, God. Yes, hair twin. Yes, 99J twin. I see you, baddie. Okay. Yes, you are so cute. That's him. Girl, don't piss me off. That's him. Girl. It's definitely just a chemical reaction, girl. It's definitely, you was just feeling the hormones and stuff. I just seen a documentary about that. Like when we are by men or whatever, we could like smell something. Like we got some glands and they got glands and we just smell it. And it's just like a chemical reaction, girl. He looks like an imaginary friend. He is just not, you know, he looks like he would be cheating on somebody on Snapchat. I feel like the reason why you're dreaming about him is because you knew him for 15 years. Like, that's your sandbox friend. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. That's just your sandbox homie. Because, bruh. Here, 1 second. I gotta send this text message. Bet. Yeah. It's just the idea of what could have been. And the older you get, more sandbox people are gonna pop out. If you're not like married, like if you don't do like a public marriage type of thing. Shit, even when you marry, sometimes these low down dirty ass dogs will still try to hit you up. But yeah, like people are gonna, we've talked about this on another stream too. Sometimes people just want to experience you in an adult way because the only way they knew you was as a child when you guys were children, and they're on some, oh, well, you know, I'm grown now, I could show you blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like in your case, like you grown, you done filled out. I said, you got body, you got, girl, you got chest for days. Like you're not the same little girl that he met in the sandbox. And now he's a grown ass man. So I get it. The feelings are normal. Dreaming about people from your childhood is also normal. I journal my dreams so that I could see the repetitiveness. I would advise you to do that so that you can interpret what's really going on, because you said you were a virgin when that instance happened, when y'all was in the bed kissing and shit. That was probably a very heightened chemical experience for you, and you probably associate that experience with things subconsciously that you're not thinking about. Again, I am not a therapist, I just read books, okay? But yeah, like he should, in my opinion, he should be treating you with more grace. He should be treating you like a prize, really, because is that not what all of the like the storybooks and TV shows and movies are like? I met my wife when I was like 5, and I met my wife when I was 10. My wife's parents and my parents were friends. Like, if he really wanted to be serious with you in that way, he should be treating you with way more care. He should not be trying you on no Snapchat shit. He should not be hiding you from the world. He should not even be dating anybody. Like, honestly, if that kiss was a wake up for him, he should not have went and dated somebody on like that serious of a time. Because like, you got the girl calling you, wondering who you with, where you at. Like, that's serious than dating, right? But yeah, somebody said he probably put work on you. Ooh. Y'all think he put some root on her? I don't know. Bro, he looks like he smells like BO. Like, I'm just so mad right now because you're so cute. He look like he smell like BO. Like, what does he smell like, girl? What's he smell like? And then it's like no swag. Like, does he have hair under the hat? His friend looks lost. I'm dead. I'm over it. I cannot with him. I need to stop looking at him before I get mad. Yeah, let me read the chat. Oh my gosh. Shaw the Divine says, I've never seen my exes again, and I've never felt more blessed. Period. Me too. Like, I've never run into an ex in public, and I'm like, thank you, God. That's how I really know that those, what are they called? The invisible string theory or whatever. Like, you're genuinely, somebody's just not for you. It's just not for you. Like, I haven't run into anybody from my past in person. It's always been people trying to hit me up on social media on some, hey, mister, how you doing bullshit. Like, definitely. Munali says, friends for 10 plus years, and we kind of circled each other, but he literally put me through so much trauma. I'm glad we just never made it through, but I do think about the what if. Damn. Kenneth said, I've doubled back before, but you got to know it's just sexual tension. It really is. That's really all it is. That's really all it is, bruh. Is people just like, okay, I know y'all can relate. Any of y'all can relate. It's a pretty universal experience. Do y'all not have boys? I consider them boys. Do y'all not have boys from like high school, middle school, unfortunately, because this is the era we live in of social media, liking your pictures that used to like low-key bully your ass in school? I used to have boys low-key telling me that I just was not cute, all this shit, like, oh no, you're such a good personality, but like your friend is just so much cuter than you, blah, blah, I'm trying to get to your friend, blah, blah, blah. All up in my shit. Every time I post, make sure they're the first one to like it. Every time, make sure they're the first one to comment something. Then when I get married, then they stop commenting, but now they just make sure they still like it, still like it, still like it. It's just the tension, bro. It's just the like, bruh, I'm the same bitch. You're not gonna like me, sir. Like, you're I'm that same bitch with the cool personality you was talking about, like, but now I'm grown and you think I'm attractive. Like, it's literally just tension. Don't fall for it. Now, sometimes people could spin the block and it actually work, but I don't know. Shoot, I'll tell another personal story before I move on. My biological dad and my stepmom, that was their story. They met when they were like 15. My stepmom got knocked up in high school by another dude. So my dad started talking to my mom. And then after my mom and my dad were done, they got back together. And now I have 2 half siblings from this person because they spun the block, right? So it's not always just tension. Like, sometimes people really are compatible. It could work, whatever. But the majority of the time, especially if this reconnection is happening in your 20s, it's purely sexual. Yes, the red string of fate. That's what it is. Thank you so much, Stardust. Maybe nosy ass Aaliyah was right. Shout out to all my Aaliyahs out there. Aaliyah was right. Damn it. Oh my gosh. You said, please draw them. I don't got no pen in here. Yeah, I don't even got no pen, no marker, or nothing, Jesus. Oh, I got a pencil. All right, hold on. Let me get a piece of paper. Hold on. Oh my gosh, please do not fall. I'm like grabbing stuff off the printer. All right, we got about like 25 minutes, so I'm gonna read or draw this real quick. This man. Oh my gosh, dude. Shit, I don't know why I just did that. He got this damn hat, child. But yes, they're in Germany. And now that I'm thinking about it, this low-key is the fashion over there. Just like athleisure. He got this like weird ass smirk going on too. I don't know. Is that some chin hair? I don't know what that is. Yeah, like, honestly, this isn't going to be a bad picture, bro. It's just not my type. Now that I'm, like, actively drawing him out. Yeah, bro, just not my cup of tea. But, shit, somebody out there might like him. But, yeah, it's hard because, like, even how he dresses, he's, like, hiding all his features. I don't even know. What is this, a pocket, child? And then the little Nike swoop. Yeah, this is him. Like, he looks like every other bitch. I'm like, like, bruh. That's him. He got little legs and a big upper body, and then he's wearing a hat. And very, very easy to draw. Very easy to draw. Not as comical. He just looks like an average guy. He's just not my type. His friend though, hold up. I gotta show y'all his friend before I go, because this dude is pissing me off. It's really his friend that's doing it for me. That's like really like aggravating my freaking soul. So his friend got this damn cap on with like these Temu dreads. This shit pissing me off. They low-key got the same outfit, different font though. It's just the pose that his friend is doing is like, it looks like he's about to bust out into a dance number. And like, if he was in a gang, he would probably have signs to throw up, but instead he's going like this. Like, I hate when people be doing that in the picture. Like, it just be like limp ass. And then, like, when people be like squinting their eyes on purpose and shit too. I'm like, bro, you need to stop with the light skin eyes, bro. This is what his friend looked like with the little peace sign fingers. There you go. Yeah, if I had a marker, this would slap. But that's his friend. His friend is also, I guess, the other black person in Germany. But yeah, if your man is hanging out with friends that look like this, they up to no good. That's all I'm saying. Birds of a feather flock together, and his friend just looked mischievous to me. Yeah, that's a man, y'all. Next time, I'll make sure to have my markers over here because the marker looks better on camera. But thank you so much for sending in that story, girl. Do not spin the block unless you have had a few more intimate experiences, physically intimate experiences, to where you could have one with him and it not bother you for real. Like, because as of right now, we're like, what did I say earlier? You like the idea of him, right? He's a grown man now. He's not the same little boy that used to kick it with you. Like, I'm sorry. But let's get on to this last story of the day. No, for real. Don't be on your Hutta time. Don't be getting obsessive. You got to keep it cute. But let's get to the last story of the day. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen on TikTok. Make sure you like the live on YouTube and Twitch. This one is called He Yelled at Me in Public Because... Okay, now this is crazy. I didn't read the last part. He yelled at me in public because I used the word concrete. Like, what the helly? Bruh. Hold on, y'all. I just got a phone call. Damn, I think I just missed my window, but it's okay. It's alright. All right. Use the word concrete is crazy. Like, sir, you need to get a damn grip. So, hey, Naja and Tribe. Hey, friend. The last Tribe Tea I wrote in was my biggest red flag. And I do remember because you send in your entries very uniquely. I have endless tea about my ex B, and I'm lucky enough that I can now look back and laugh. Before I get into this story, I wanted to answer some questions some people had in the previous stories chat. I changed some major details, but the time lapse I'm writing out are more or less accurately spaced. So the biggest question was asked is, do I think B knows that I made a Tribe Tea about him? Right, because B watches the Tribe Teas. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Oh, okay. She said that she used to watch Tribe Teas with bruh. So that's why we wanted to know, like, does he know that you sent in a Tribe Tea? And she said no. I don't think he has any clue I wrote to you. If he somehow stumbles upon your videos, I doubt he'll figure out that it's about him. But let's just say we broke up in September 2020. I went back and looked up the dates. So I'll say the podcast episode where he spoke about me was posted December 2020. Okay, I remember her. So her dude actually went on someone's podcast and was talking mess about her. I remember. And he was talking cash shit. Okay. I started law school in August 2021, and I didn't know there was even a podcast until I came home during the summer of 2022. Yeah, because her whole family was like, girl, your ex is on this podcast, and he's obviously talking about you. Oh, my gosh. So now on to the stats of the pod he was on. Season 1, as titled on their YouTube page of the pod, has 24 episodes. They started Season 2 in 2022, filmed 1 episode, and have since never posted again. I suspect it's because it didn't get any views, so they started getting in their feelings. The whole pod was just about men bitching about women, though. Like, I remember. Yeah, like, you made a whole podcast about me, bruh? Okay. The story that I'm writing in today, though, happened when the same dude and I were still together, but our relationship was close to the end. Here's some background that's relevant, but I won't go into too many details. My brother Ted, who I mentioned in the last story, had previously struggled with major, we got to think of a different word for el drugas now that we're on TikTok. Let's call it brain candy. He struggled with a brain candy addiction. It was a difficult time in all of our lives, and I can't explain to you in words how proud I am to see him sober. That is what's up. However, there was a point where he wasn't good, and B liked to talk down on him for it, and we'd constantly be getting into arguments, because even though I had gripes with my brother's behavior, like he would steal from me and be aggressive, he was still my brother, and B had no right butting in. This is a major point of contention for us, because B did not like how hard I stood up for my brother. And it got worse and worse, because between us, I couldn't back down from my own opinion. And I would tell B he had no right to try to tell me what to do when it came to my brother, especially because I would complain to him about his cousin's family towards me, his cousin/family's behavior towards me. And he's constantly writing them off, telling me to mind my business or be a bigger person. Bro gives me the vibe that, like, if you had a child, he would say, you're giving more attention to that child than me. How are you jealous of a girl's brother? Like, she's caring about her brother and concerned about her brother. My family is Roman Catholic, and they celebrate all the sacraments that come with religion. Back then, Ted had gotten into some trouble when I took him with me to my youngest cousin's first communion. My uncle is a big social drinker, and even though I suspected my brother had gotten lifted at some point during our time there, I couldn't prove it. I wasn't about to start babbling our business to extended family either. Well, my uncle got my brother to drink, and once he started, he couldn't stop. Right, because he's an active addiction. Brain candy and hard liquor of any kind do not mix well. My brother blacked out and caused a whole scene to the point where he had to be restrained and taken to the hospital. During the whole debacle, he'd gotten into several altercations, and somebody had to body slam my brother onto the asphalt of the parking lot of the venue we were celebrating. Oh my gosh. Ted sobered up, and the doctor said he had no real injuries except for a minor concussion, which surprised me because when Ted hit the ground, it sounded like bad. I have flashbacks and nightmares about the incident. B was a witness to the whole episode, the ex-boyfriend, because I brought him as a date. He was also one of the people my brother got into it with, but that could be a whole separate story. Anyway, when we all got home and had time to process what happened, I did the usual and planned to decompress by hanging out with my friend. I decided one week to meet up with this friend and her man, just grab drinks, just chill. B came with me, and it was a double date. For the most part, it was nice, but it wouldn't be a tribe tea if something did not go wrong. I mean, your brother already freaking turned up. Like, girl, it's already a tribe tea. You talking about your brother getting crossfaded and getting body slammed. What? On our double date, we went to a crowded restaurant on a Saturday night. It wasn't a bar or like a Chili's or something. I'm going over the details of the communion situation with my friends. And when I get to the part where I'm describing how Ted was slammed to the ground, instead of asphalt, I said concrete. B cuts me off and corrects me. I nod and continue on because it's not something that matters. What? When I get to the part where I'm describing how Ted was slammed to the ground, instead of saying asphalt, I said concrete. What's the fucking difference? What's the difference? Then, like, I'm just thinking, like, okay, we call a football field a field, right? Even though it's not real grass. Like, I don't... Like, don't be anal with me, sir. Because that'll piss me right off. I just nod and continue with my convo because it doesn't really matter. It's not the grand scheme of what happened. The detail was minor, and I guess I just didn't take into account. So when I mentioned the asphalt again, I mistakenly said concrete once more. B cuts me off, although a little bit more forcefully, and he repeats at least 2 more times before he completely explodes on me. In front of my friends in this crowded restaurant, B begins to freak out about how I'm using the wrong word. And he just yelled over and over, "It's asphalt. It's fucking asphalt." I'd be like, "Sir, you're fucking single. Leave me alone. Like, what are you why are you yelling at me? And then you yelling at me in front of people. Like, what is this? You making a scene." It honestly felt like everyone in our vicinity went silent for a good 10 and my ears were ringing. I was taken aback at first, but I eventually became enraged. This was not the first time B had the audacity to do that in public. At first, I was at a loss for words, and I could tell by his expression he knew he messed up. My friend could tell I was ready to boil over. I bit my tongue for the rest of the night, but as soon as we get in the car, I went off on him. I told him he is a loser, period. And that if he ever yelled at me in public like that again for any reason, I might take the nearest knife and cut his tongue out. Girl, oh my God. I told him he's a joke to every single one of my friends and family, that he's even a joke to his own friends and family. And then I said I want to break up. That's when he starts crying and begging me to not let us go. Then locked me in his car and refused to let me out. Girl, the way I would call 911 so freaking fast. We got a kidnapping. He got me locked in the damn car. No, for real. The homegirls let you get back in the car with him. I see someone in the chat say that. Y'all, like, what? And he's talking about, why am I nodding my head? Like, that's a reasonable thing to say. You about to cut somebody. Like, I'm about to call 911 so quick. I'm being held captive in this car. Like, what? Every time I'd reach for my phone, he would knock it out my hands. Assault charge. Let's rack it up. Let's rack it up. It got to the point where I was genuinely so worried. So I told him we're not breaking up, just to get him to stop and to take me home. He eventually calmed down, drove me back, but once again wouldn't let me out until I promised him I wasn't lying. Sir, fuck you. Like, what? When I got safely inside my house, I was in so much shock that I couldn't process what happened. I was also too embarrassed to tell my mom, let alone anyone else about the situation. He's been doing these things to me for 2 years. I already felt humiliated enough when he screamed at me in public. This was one of the worst freakouts I ever saw him have, and it's because I think he knew he was losing the last control he had over me. The whole incident is ironic to me as well because I had agreed not to break up, only for him to break up with me 2 months later. The whole relationship just crushed me for a long time, and I still have the lasting effects plaguing me. However, it all worked out in the end for me, though, and I'm proud for how far I've come. I was about to say, your educational success? Like, what? Moral of the story is that abuse can come in many different forms. Just because this man wasn't physically aggressive with me, yes, he was. He knocked that damn phone at your hand. That is considered assault. I don't bro, the police consider that assault. He definitely got physical with you. He kept you in the car. He was doing the most. I thought I had to put up with all this mental and emotional anguish because I was in love. I now understand that is not true because being in love / a relationship is not supposed to be difficult or hard. Sure, a relationship is always going to be effort and work. However, if it always feels like things are rough, then it isn't right. You should never have to listen to someone say they love you, then in the same breath try and justify the bad behavior they put you through. I do agree, and I'm so glad that you're out of that situation, and I'm so glad that his lame ass podcast did not succeed, because if the whole point of the podcast is to continue to emotionally abuse somebody that you've been abusing for years, like, yeah, cut the cord. Like, unhinged. You making a podcast about me after you abused me for 2 years? Boy, go die. Like, what? No, for real. If someone's talking and spit flies on you, that's assault. Like, he needs to go. My advice to anybody, if somebody is yelling at you in public like that, stand up and leave. Because if they try to run after you or anything, I guarantee you there are going to be multiple people in that public place that will step in and like, nah, we're going to call the police. Like, leave her alone. You over here yelling at her and shit. I did see a few people say, like, why didn't your homegirl step up? Not gonna hold you. It's not their fault. It is his fault. But if I was there, me and my husband, yeah, we're gonna take her home. Cause no, you're not about to yell at her about this little ass shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on. We're gonna take her home. Like, no, yes, automatically start crying. Play your role. Start crying. Like, I'm so glad that you moved on from this, because that is very scary. And I'm glad that your family had your back. And I'm glad that your brother is in a better state, because addiction is very scary too. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys want your story on this segment, all you have to do is email me at TRIBETEA@shopvoodoochild.com. It is a long email now, so I'm gonna let the whole thing get on the screen. TRIBETEA@shopvoodoochild.com. I'll put the link for the rules on there. My main rule of thumb is send receipts, but please censor them. Censor all receipts. We like to keep it grown over here, so college stories and forward. Please remember, I am a human being with my own traumas and stuff. So please don't send any like graphic, you get what I'm saying? Like we'll kiki and talk about, adult topics, don't get me wrong, but this is not the trauma dump email where you telling me about your unaliving thoughts. Okay, that's not what this is for. I'm not a therapist. I'll scream into the high heavens, I am not a therapist. But yes, thank you to all of you guys that sent in stories today. I really appreciate it. And all of you that sent in stories when I asked a few weeks ago. Hopefully by being on TikTok, shout out to the TikTok viewers, we can get even more entries. And thank you guys on TikTok for all the diamonds and the likes. Thank you guys on YouTube and Twitch for kicking it with me. Yes, thank you, Sienna. Do not send me anything with white fonts. Somebody did that, and that's just like, what are you doing? But but yeah, I will see you guys in the next live. Bye.